Hello and welcome to this episode of the Fearless Dating video series. My name is Archie Joshi and I'm the coach and creator of the Fearless Dating coaching program. And today we are going to be speaking about why it is so important on your dating journey to be speaking your language, no one else's, but your language. And the reason I'm sharing this with you is because I am so utterly passionate and committed to helping people like you that may be having a really frustrating time of dating, who would love to be in that beautiful relationship that they so desire but don't feel like they're getting any closer to that. I'm committed to helping people like you have that experience of being able to date courageously and confidently in a way that feels really inspired. So if this is the first time that you're tuning into this Fearless Dating episode, then what I really recommend to you is take on board some of what I'm sharing here with you here today, and see if you can go out and practice some of these skills, and see what happens. See if you can begin to make your dating experience more fearless, more inspiring, more courageous. And I'd love to hear how you get on. Drop a comment below, send me a message, and we can see, just how this is impacting your dating journey. So thank you for being here. And like I said, today we are exploring why it's so important for you to speak your own language on this dating journey. And in this wonderful work that I get to do, I often like to do some kind of behind the scenes reconnaissance work for my clients, so that I get to really step into and embody what the current dating experience is like for them, so that I'm able to support them in the most powerful way possible. And one of the ways that I do that, and I prepare for a specific part of our program, which is called Ready, Set, Go, where they start to prepare and learn how they can maximize the different ways in which they want to date. One of the things that I do for the digital daters is I go on different websites and apps and see what's actually happening in that world, so that we can help them create an even more powerful profile and even more powerful presence digitally. So one of the things that I started to do is scour a few of the dating apps to see what was going on there. And one of the things that inspired this particular episode was I came across a profile of someone who, and this is on Hinge as well, I'll be totally honest as to which apps I was checking out. So this is on Hinge, where you get to answer specific questions or cues, and you have a few of them dotted on your profile alongside your pictures and so forth, and that sort of prevents you from having to write a big long profile, but gives the people that are coming to your profile a good idea of who you are. So I was on Hinge checking out some profiles, and one of the questions that someone had chosen for their profile was, my life mantra is, and their response to it was, be yourself because everyone else is taken. And my immediate response to that was like, meh, that's not very interesting or creative, or it's not really telling me a lot about you, this person that's written there. And my reasons for thinking that was because, here this person has such a limited amount of space to get across who they are, what they're about, what their life is about. And instead of choosing to, create their own mantra, to, get really creative in that moment and really get the person that's looking at their profile to really get to know them in the best way possible, using that resource, they opted to go for a quote that is just spewed out so frequently, especially for, you know, those of us that are in the personal development world as well. You know, that's one that pops up every other day here and there. You know, it's just kind of like another meme thing. And it just felt like such a wasted opportunity for me to get to know this person. I shared it with my clients, that particular, you know, quote, and asked them what they thought. And it was very much the same response there, that, you know, this person doesn't seem like they've put that much effort into helping us get to know them, or really get to know their personality, what they're about, and so forth. And so it was a bit meh for them as well. So that's why I wanted to share that here today, because it's, especially with digital dating, you know, I wouldn't say just with digital dating, but with dating in general, you know, people's attention spans are, you know, quite, to begin with at least, before, you know, people don't want to invest too much time to begin with when they don't know a person that much. It's just sort of part and parcel of the process. And so if we're not maximizing the opportunities that we're being given, be it on an online profile or at a dating event, you know, if it's a speed date and you've only got 3 minutes to get to know the person in front of you, or just meeting someone at a coffee shop, you know, bumping into them in the queue and finding them attractive. If we're not maximizing those opportunities for that person to really get to know us by just being unashamedly and unapologetically ourselves, then it's likely that so many great potential dates are just going to sort of pass us by. And so it's really important for us to help people see what's so unique about us by speaking our own language, not using quotes and memes and all these things, but actually going out into the world and speaking our words, you know, moving in the way that's so authentic to us, creating things in our lives that are so essentially us. So that's why it's so important to speak our own language. And also, moving on to another profile, one of the questions that person had chosen was, one thing I hope to never have to do again. And this person wrote, hopefully this. So meaning that they're hoping that they never have to do online app dating ever again. Now, again, this could have been said as a joke, but with the online digital dating world, we have to remember that everything is open to interpretation. As soon as we write something out, especially if we're limiting the way in which we're expressing it, then it's open to so much interpretation that we never know how it's going to be received by another person. So to me, my immediate reaction was, well, this isn't a very optimistic person, or they're not enjoying this process, they're not making the most. Okay, it might not be the ideal way in which they wanted to meet someone, but it doesn't seem like they're really making the most of it. And so that was an immediate put off for me. I just wasn't interested in looking at that profile anymore. Again, I shared that particular quote with my clients, and they had a very similar reaction. Of it immediately put them off. They were like, well, you know, here we've gathered as a group of fearless daters, you know, that want to make our dating experience fun and inspiring and meaningful and uplifting. But in front of us, we're looking at a quote and thinking, well, this person doesn't embody any of that. And it was an immediate put off for them. And so that's why I wanted to share with you here today that it's so important for us to be mindful of the language that we're speaking when we're dating, be it online or out in our day-to-day lives, or at events and so forth. You know, if someone is giving you a small amount of you know, their attention and focus, you want to make sure that you make that a really powerful interaction for them. You want to make sure that they get to know who you are from the outset, from the words that you choose, from the way that you choose to move, and so on and so forth. So bear that in mind when you're out and about at events, meeting people, or online creating your dating profiles. Speak your language. Allow the person to get to know you as quickly as possible. Step away from speaking other people's language, because again, that just doesn't allow us to know who you are, what makes you tick, what things you love, what things you hate, etc. So yeah, I hope this has been useful for you. If you feel that you would love to have a dating experience that is fun and inspiring, and is one that you really look forward to taking part in, and gets you closer to creating that beautiful relationship that you so desire, then let me know. Send me a message just simply saying, I want to date fearlessly, and we can explore whether the Fearless Dating Program can help you create a beautiful, extraordinary and inspiring relationship, and in a wonderful experience of dating along the way. I'd love to hear from you. If you have any questions about what I've shared here today, drop a comment below or send me a direct message. I'd love to hear from you, and I will most definitely respond. Thank you for being here, and I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Bye.